Done, fool? You tried to destroy us? You think you can escape with one of the other heathens? There is no escape from what you are. Without the voice, there is no escape from that small world inside your skull. Live your life alone in a fleshly prison then. To hear the voice is salvation. You are an atomical age. Fate is not your friend. You are offered a gift, and you spurned it. You will never be offered it again. If you will not be with the voice, you only feed the soil. Is all that awaits you.
If I told you, would you believe me? Should you believe me? We are what we do. That is who I am. You are what you have done here. You are done. You may leave. Do not distress yourself. I have never lied to you. And I tell you now, you will not die here. The gas This is a necessity. When you awaken, all may become clear. You chose to trust me, a voice on a broken telephone. Perhaps just a voice in your mind. Did you ever consider that? You have learned much and come far. My apologies for the gas, but it was necessary. You listened to good advice and wise words, which is to say, my advice and my words. So many shoot first and ask questions afterwards. Not you, though. Gregarious type, aren't you? It's nice to have a good chinwag, isn't it? Oberon is dead, and the Windscale plant is destroyed. The interference field should rapidly fade now, and perhaps the outside world will finally see what has happened here. So ends the quarantine.
The woods are dark and the woods lie deep, and the woods are home to summers don't sleep. So
keep your nose clean.
It's one more civvy give.
Do as you're told, right?
Ah! The hero of the hour! You did it and survived to boot. Splendid work. Thanks to you, we're going home. There's still plenty to deal with here, But that's somebody else's concern now. I promised to get you out, and I shall keep that promise. And in a single bound, we are free. Ah, splendid work. You'll go into the history books for this, you know. Atomfall couldn't have been fully realized without your help. By the end of next week, there won't be so much as a beetle still alive in the zone. Not a trace of the contamination left. Or anything. Or anybody, in fact. But you can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs, eh? Ooh, omelette. Something to look forward to. I do love a good omelette. Don't you?
You decided to support Captain Sims and the quarantine protocol. Now the interference field is down. Operation Atomfall can go ahead, cleansing the zone. Cleansing. Sounds so humane, doesn't it? You left quite the trail of carnage, didn't you? But sometimes violence is necessary, I know. You listened to good advice and wise words, which is to say, my advice and my words. So many shoot first and ask questions afterwards. Not you, though. Oberon is dead, and the Windscale plant is destroyed. The interference field should rapidly fade now, and perhaps the outside world will finally see what has happened here. So ends the quarantine.
The woods are dark and the woods lie deep, and the woods are home to summers don't sleep.
You made it! I owe you every thanks. The country does. Damn it, the world does. The infernal whispering in my mind that has dogged me for 5 years, they're fading into silence. Blissful silence. Do you understand? The toxin is working. Soon the interference field will come down and people will begin to arrive from outside. There may be some awkward questions when that happens. People who haven't lived through what we have might not understand why we did what we did. Come on. We should leave before they arrive. Stay close. There's a secret route out here. With luck, these wretched blue eyes of ours will fade over time. Until then, we'll need to hide where no one can find us. Come on.
You helped Dr. Alan Holder in his plan to create a special toxin to deal with Oberon. It certainly seems to have worked. Now you may leave with Holder, although his plans only ever extended as far as killing Oberon. You left quite the trail of carnage, didn't you? But sometimes violence is necessary, I know. You listened to good advice and wise words, which is to say, my advice and my words. So many shoot first and ask questions afterwards. Not you, though. Oberon is dead, poisoned by your hand, and the potent toxin developed by Dr. Holder. The interference field should rapidly fade now. And perhaps the outside world will finally see what has happened here. So ends the quarantine.
The woods are dark and the woods lie deep, and the woods are home to summers don't sleep. So sit
everything changes. Now, you can escape, child. Go to the castle in the woods, to the pit where the voice speaks. Make your offering, your body for our eternity.
You have failed me, us. All is lost. Your wrath.
The soil unites us all.
Escape your fate.
Not now, not really.
Escape your fate. You listened to the land, heeded the call of the great purpose, and the wisdom of the voice in the soil. And now you are one with the soil and that voice. I shall miss our little chats. You left quite the trail of carnage, didn't you? But sometimes violence is necessary, I know. You listened to good advice and wise words, which is to say, my advice and my words. So many shoot first and ask questions afterwards. Not you, though. Oberon grows so much more strongly now. There is rejoicing in Casterfell Woods. Soon, all will be as then. Shall the whole earth hear the voice in the soil? Perhaps, perhaps not.
The woods are dark and the woods lie deep, and the woods are home to summers don't sleep. So sit
Sample extraction sequence. Drilling will commence shortly. Please stand clear. Outer shell breached. Minor fractures detected. Overall stability compromised. Inner shell breached. Lowering extraction arms. I'd like to imagine it's you listening to this, not some gruesome thingy. The interference field is fading. There's an extraction on the way, and I've gone to meet it. I'm including the coordinates in this transmission. Come and find me, and we can finally get out of this awful, awful place. Oh, and don't forget the Oberon sample.
You a sight for sore eyes. You're here. You've performed a great service. Top hole. My people will be ever so grateful, believe me. Now, where's the sample? Once that's safely stowed, we can go. Oh, good heavens. Does it matter at this? Why should you even... I'm your way out. Agra. Well now, aren't you the smart one? Yes. That's my code name, sort of thingy. I suppose you might call me a fellow traveller. I've worked so hard to get the secrets of Oberon out of the zone, because we simply can't let them be buried here. You know, outside the walls, they're talking about MAD. Mutually assured destruction. Each side with enough bombs to ensure nobody dares use them. In the wrong hands, Oberon could destroy the planet. That's why it needs to be in everyone's hands, so no one can use it. It's as simple as that. Anyway, enough talking. The sample? Excellent. Now let's get out of here. Sorry about that, but you'll live. My friends just want a little chat first. Well, more like a debrief, really. Actually, it's probably more like an interrogation.
You chose to trust Joyce Tanner and to help her. You kept your side of the bargain. You took a sample of Oberon and gave it to her. No small task. Now she has summoned a mysterious friend. Whoever they are, you can all escape together, I'm sure. You left quite the trail of carnage, didn't you? But sometimes violence is necessary, I know. You listened to good advice and wise words, which is to say, my advice and my words. So many shoot first and ask questions afterwards. Not you, though. Oberon is dead, and the Windscale plant is destroyed. The interference field should rapidly fade now, and perhaps the outside world will finally see what has happened here. So ends the quarantine.
The woods are dark and the woods lie deep, and the woods are home to summers don't sleep.
Automated sequence primed. Collecting and filtering sample. Please stand by. Purified sample extracted. Canister ready for collection.
My instruments have reported a successful mining operation at the Oberon site. Excellent work. It is time for us to exit stage left. I'm waiting by the evacuation tunnel. You'll find it in my office in the robotics laboratory. Bring the meteorite sample with you, and we can leave this horrible place.
You're here.
I see you found me well enough. Now, give me that sample and we can leave. Splendid. Indeed, let us be gone. This way, quickly. There's plenty of research for us to be getting on with.
You freed Diane Garrow from the protocol and even agreed to fetch a sample of the very living heart of Oberon. Dr. Garrow seems very pleased with that sample. One hopes she remembers her part of the bargain. You left quite the trail of carnage, didn't you? But sometimes violence is necessary, I know. You listened to good advice and wise words, which is to say, my advice and my words. So many shoot first and ask questions afterwards. Not you, though. Oberon lives. The status quo maintained. But you took a sample that may push the balance one way or the other in the future. The quarantine remains, and the walls stand strong. For the moment, at least.
The woods are dark and the woods lie deep, and the woods are home to summers don't sleep. So sit thee down and hear me tell of the woods that stand on Casterfell. For the trees stand close, are watered in blood. Stay out of that place, be you blithe, be you good. There's no virtuous errand that ever you should ever need to walk in Casterfell Wood. Madmen and scoundrels go into that place.